This is an older rock from the garden where the colors are starting to fade. That's why I'm doing a cover-up today. After cleaning the rock, I apply a base layer of titanium white. Using a pencil, I roughly sketched out the birch trees and the ground. I'm using different brushes. I will link all the materials below the video. I start by applying a green-yellow mix with a touch of white in the upper background between the birch trees. I don't paint all the way down to the ground because I want to add a different color there later. Sometimes I use more green, sometimes more yellow, so the mixed color look more natural. This white tool is an embossing tool. I use it to keep the stone from slipping. Using the same color mix, I now paint the ground. Here too, I try to create different shades of green for a more natural look. You can also make the ground color a bit darker if you like. Using magenta, ultramarine and a bit of white, I mixed a violet tone. I apply this color to the lower background. It's meant to create a nice contrast with the yellow I used. I try to make the transition from the violet a bit softer by applying pure lemon yellow. In the end, the green background was a bit too green for me, so I painted over large parts of it with yellow. By mixing a darker violet, I darken the violet parts on the bottom a bit. With pure white, I paint over the birch trees because the old painting is shining a bit through. I want to add easily more details and more flowers to the forest. And so I decided to mix a milky white and splash it over the rock. And here I mixed a milky green, and with the embossing tool I spritz and splash the green over my rock. Now I mixed with the magenta and the white pink, a pinkish tone, added some water, and I also are spritzing the pink over my rock to add more reddish flowers. I mix some white and some yellow and add a bit of magenta to create an orange tone. And then I try to paint some dots, and at the end I also spritz this orange tone with the embossing tool. My rock with all the splashes is now dry, and I paint pure titanium white over the birch trees because to cover up some of the splashes which are on the birch trees. It's not necessary to cover it completely, just the main colors. The blue and the white and the brown I mixed to a grayish tone, and I will paint this tone on the left side of the birch trees because I decided that the light is coming from the right and the left side is in a shadow. I mix up the shadow tone, sometimes more into the blue direction and sometimes more into the brown direction, so that no tree trunk is exactly like the others. This looks more naturally. Switching between the pure white and the shadow tone, I try to blend the tones together so that the tree trunk looks rounded. I'm now mixing the brown and the blue without the white to create a tone I can use to paint a typical pattern of birch tree trunks. Try to distribute the pattern unevenly along the trunk. With birch trees, the markings are usually more often in the lower part. After applying the entire pattern to the birch, I switched to my script liner brush. With this, I randomly paint small branches sticking out from the tree trunks. The stone is now fully painted. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, feel free to leave a comment under the video and give me thumbs up. Bye and see you next time.